Thank you. Anyways, while Apex is finishing up, let me show you the build. Let me start my build. Can I go? Oh yeah. Save parts list. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the processor. We went with the i5-12400f, right? And I built this whole computer myself, by the way. So we went i5-12400f. Okay, obviously this is a very good budget CPU. I can't tell that it's budget though, because this shit is super fast. I picked it up for 150, like it says here. It's about how much I paid for it. I came from an i7-7700 to this, so that's like 7 generations behind, or 6, one of the two, but it's a 7th gen, and this processor is a 12th gen, I believe. Yes, it's a 12th gen processor. So yeah, so we got that. We had to go with the ID cooling frost flow. I went up and got a 280 this time because, you know, we got the big case, and I have 2 160mm fans in the front and another 140mm in the back. So these two 100 and I believe they're 140mm. Yeah, these two 140mm fans with the radiator cooling the CPU nicely. The CPU doesn't really get hot anyway, but this is a really good cooler if you guys are in the market for a water cooler. And AIO, this is one of the best. It's 60 bucks, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and with that, for the motherboard, we went with the Gigabyte B660M DS3H AX-DDR4 Micro ATX LGA 1700. It took me a very long time to find. It took me a very long time to find a motherboard that would work with my processor. And this was the one that I found. PC Builder was saying that this isn't really the best motherboard, which I understand the features aren't the best, but it has everything that I need, and I haven't had any problems with it so far. I believe I paid about 120 or so for it. It looks like it's not in stock anymore, but yeah, this is one of the few motherboards that are compatible with the i5-12400f. Well, I'm not gonna say the few, it's just in the price point that I was looking for, this is what I needed. So yeah, we didn't go do anything crazy. We just got some Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z 16GB RAM, 2 8 gigs, 3200 CL16. It's cost you $32.99. Looks nice, works perfectly, can't really complain. I did not purchase this. I actually had this with my other PS5 that I sold. I kept this though. This is a great what do you call it, NVMe drive, 1 terabyte, has its own heatsink. I guess it goes for 70 bucks. I didn't pay anything for this. Now, don't make fun of my graphics card. Oh wait, this isn't actually the graphics card that I have. This is the graphics card I'm going to be buying. I believe the 3060 12 gig seems about right for this rig. What I'm actually using right now though is GTX 950. We're using this old beast of a card. Well, it's not a beast, but hey, can I get an image of, I said 950, bro. They don't even want to show the 950. Yeah, this card right here is what we're using right now. The GTX 950. Okay, so it's not a bad card at all. It's just, it's old, and I'm barely getting 60 FPS in most titles, like, you know, the titles that we need to run high frame rates. But I mean, as far as Apex goes, I'm getting 60 FPS, and that's fine. Once we upgrade, we're going to be getting crazy FPS. But yes, the GTX 950, probably can't find these anymore, but that is what's currently in this rig. Okay, let's go ahead and go back. But we want to get the Asus Dual GeForce RTX 3060 though, overclocked, 12 gigabytes of VRAM. That's what I'm looking to get. Okay, let's see. Now, one of my favorite things about this build, this case right here, the Lian Li Landcool 216, is absolutely phenomenal. No cap. As you can see, you got two 160 millimeter fans in the front, RGB as well, 140 millimeter in the back. This whole case like comes apart. Like you can take this top part off, you can take this off, you can switch the screws here for a micro ATX case, or no, not micro ATX case, excuse me. You can change the screws here to better fit your motherboard depending on how your AIO cooler is and all that stuff. Basically, you can do all types of things in this case. On top of that, you can switch your IO here to the top if you want to. Everything is customizable. These fans really are amazing. So much airflow. This case, absolutely amazing. There's not one bad thing I can say about the case. Literally. For the power supply, nothing special. This was my old power supply. I didn't have to pay anything for it. It's just 500 watt. Well, no, this is the 800 watt one, but I just have a 500 watt white power supply. It gets the job done because we're only using a 950 graphics card, so nothing too crazy. And then, let's see. We have Microsoft. We are actually running Windows 11 right now. So not Windows 10. Windows 11 is actually awesome. I don't know if you guys have been using it, but Windows 10 is absolutely awesome. This build right here, it says it's 712. Considering the fact that I didn't buy this yet. Yeah, so the prices aren't accurate. I guess it's about around $1,000. Wouldn't recommend paying that much. But yeah, there's the build. The game is ready to go.